This snake was way bigger than I thought it was. I felt it squeezing around me as it was still wrapping around and rolling me deeper into the water. Hello and welcome back to Talk About Strange. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend so far. I got a couple of really good encounter stories in I want to share with you. One's really short. The other one's, short but not too short, but short enough that I thought I could get it done today. So I'm going to go ahead and get these done. We're going to start our week out right. Anyway, I don't have a lot of updates for you. The store's doing really good. My daughter went on there to link all the products to the discount codes. So if you're a member, your discount code will now, everything should be on there, okay? When you make a purchase, the discount should be applied. If you haven't become a member, please consider becoming a member because the discounts that you'll get on the merchandise will actually cover your membership fee. So why the heck not, right? And if you're not a member, that's fine too. I appreciate all my subscribers and viewers, whatever you are, I appreciate you all. I do want to give a quick shout out here. I should have had this ready. We picked up some more members. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys. Yami Phoenix, Teresa Wilson, Cabal 313, Jeff Roan, not to be confused with Jeff Jones, because I made that mistake once. Sorry, Jeff. Catherine Fitzpatrick, Kawi Alpa, Marjo Wag, Pam Singleton, Mr. Burns, Julie Sadler, Renita Tankersley, Jill Spear. Okay, this is a tricky one. Vitameows S, VTAMEOWS. There's a kitten there, so a cat. So Loretta Wessel, Rachel Elizabeth McDaniel Hughes Old Solomine. Long name. Great name, though. Jamie Bueller and Verna Hamner. Very new. Just subscribed. So these past two. And Jamie Bueller upgraded to level 3. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys all so very much. It really helps the channel. And I hope that you're enjoying everything that I'm putting out for you. And, I'm going to keep trying to introduce more stuff to the memberships to improve that as we go. Until then, I appreciate you sticking with me and helping us grow. All right, so let's get on to... I haven't been on the thruway, but I got a message saying I have an outstanding toll bill just now for some reason of $60. I haven't been on the thruway. All right. Our first story, Grassman Crossing. Steve, how goes it? My name is Jesse. I'm 35. I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. I've lived in Ohio for 6 years now. I have a little story for you, if you can call it that. It's nothing like some of the stories other people have shared, but I thought, why the hell not? Have you ever heard of Mammoth Cave in Ohio? I have not. I need to. The place is amazing. I guess there has been several Grassman sightings there. If you don't already know, that's their name for Bigfoot here. I'm not exactly sure why. So if anybody knows out there, please let me know. Anyway, I've always kind of wanted to believe in Bigfoot. But if I'm being honest, I was very skeptical until June 12th of last year. Me and a couple friends were heading home on Mammoth Cave Road across, also known as 70, somewhere between Park Boundary Road and Deer Park Hollow Road. I was the D&D. It was like 2 a.m. We were jamming out on the radio and acting like fools. I was watching the sides of the road for deer and other animals when I noticed a glare way up ahead of us. It looked like red reflectors to me. Then it was gone. I let off the gas just in case, and as I got closer, I seen what looked like the side of a tree standing in the road. Then it turned to me, and its eyes lit up red. I slammed on the brakes and came to a screeching halt. He took half a step back and then turned his body to us. The other guys were still trying to figure out why the hell I slammed on the brakes. We stared right at each other for a moment, and then he turned and walked across the road and was gone. The guy in the front with me started laughing his ass off and said, "What the F was that?" I said, "I think that was a freaking Bigfoot." He laughed and said, "I'm too drunk for this, man. That had to be a big man in a costume." He said, no way we just saw the grass man. He still doesn't believe it to this day, but I know what I saw was real. It was way too big to be a man, and why the hell would anybody be out in the middle of nowhere crossing the road at 2 in the morning in a costume? Whatever. I'm a full-flashing believer now, so I don't care what anyone says. Hey, great channel. I hope you can use my story. I know it's not much of one, but it made me out to be a believer. Laugh out loud. Hey, absolutely. And that's all it takes. You go your whole life looking and never see one, and then just accidentally see one, and boom, and there it is, and now you know. So some people are just, fortunate to have a good experience and get an opportunity to see one. I have not. I would like to. That would probably be the preferable way, but I don't know. All right, let's get on to our second story. All right, what do we got here from Sasquatch saved me from a python. Okay. Hey, Steve, great channel, bud. I just started watching and I am impressed by how much your subscribers like you. I am not referring to the typical ass kissers that follow some of these channels. I think it's because you read these messages on camera in a way that people can relate to you, and respectfully, you show your flaws, where other people rehearse until it's perfect, so people like myself feel a bit intimidated sending our mumbo jumbo laugh out loud. Maybe that's just me. I do my best. Trust me, I mess it up. So I do have flaws. So I'll own that. Hey, if you ever get to South Carolina, look me up. I'll show you a few Bigfoot hotspots. But to be honest, I personally haven't seen any there. My experience happened in Florida, in the Everglades. I was never what you would call a Bigfoot enthusiast. I thought it was all load of BS. I mean, how come no one has ever found any evidence or pics, right? I guess it's just one of those things you have to see to believe. I still don't talk about it. This is one of the first times, and you may have noticed, I haven't offered my name. But if you'd like to call me something, call me John Doe, laugh out loud. Okay, John. Look, I don't need my friends and family telling me I'm crazy is all. I still have a hard time believing it, and I was there. My best bud was there, and he doesn't want to believe it. But I thank God that he was there, although that way I at least have someone I can confirm that I'm not loopy in the head. My best friend, my brother, my amigo Joe, moved to Florida 10 years ago now. Every year he comes back home for 2 weeks for deer season. Then I go to Corkscrew, Florida for 2 weeks to party and maybe do some hog hunting. Well, last year we decided to go to the Everglades and try our luck at that big python wrangling deal. Oh, crazy. I love snakes. I'm not a fan of the poisonous ones or monster alligators, laugh out loud, but I thought, screw it, maybe we could cash in on some of it too. And he had a couple friends that knew the area. So they drove us out deep into the swamps. One of them had a modified truck made for that place. It was awesome to say the least. He showed us some old moonshiner shacks and old car bodies that got left behind from the Prohibition days. It was wild. When we got out there, we split into 2 groups. We started out in the daylight and worked into the night. We all had headlamps, and they actually had thermal image camera. We spread out to cover more ground and was walking through the woods. One of the guys hollered out about the same time that I spotted one heading towards the water. I couldn't see much of it, more than its head, and didn't think he was very big. I hollered out, I have my eye on one, do you guys need my help? And he said, no, I got it. My friend said, hang tight and we'll be over to help you after we bag this one. But I knew it would be long gone. So I figured I would grab it and drag it back. So I ran over to grab it, but tripped on a root or something and fell on top of the effing thing. Not thinking, it wrapped itself around me and bit down onto my shoulder. That son of a bitch hurt like hell. Just out of instinct, I tried to get up, and at the same time trying to grab his head. I fell forward headfirst into the water, so I couldn't even call out for help. I'm not joking when I say I saw my life flashing before my eyes. This snake was way bigger than I thought it was. I felt it squeezing around me as it was still wrapping around and rolling me deeper into the water. I was completely helpless. I tried to hold my breath, hoping they would come along and pull me out, and kept kicking my feet so they would hear the splashing sound and follow it. I felt myself starting to shut down like when you pass out, and I knew they were going to be too late. I didn't even hear them calling out, so they had no idea what was happening. Then I felt something bump into my shoulder and what felt like a large hand feeling around for my face. I thought, oh God, don't tell me something's about to eat my face off. The hand wrapped around my face and half of my head and pulled me up out of the water and tossed me backwards onto the grass. I still couldn't tell what was happening. I was gasping for air. I had water and weeds in my face. I felt the snake's head get ripped off my shoulder. That helped me wake up quick. I shook my head and was facing down at a large hair-covered foot. And all at once I started rolling out away from it as he pulled the snake off me. Just for a moment, I looked up at him as he carried the snake off into the woods. He was massive. It was hard for me to judge how tall he was, but he was stout as F. When he was out of my sight, my buddies and other guys came over and helped me up. I asked them if they saw that. He said, we did. What the F was that? The other guy said, that was a skunk ape, my friends. First one I'd ever seen out here. He radioed for his other team to come to our location. When they arrived, we told them what happened and they started laughing their asses off. He said we were full of shit. Then we found the footprints where it walked off. They tried to get pictures, but the camera wouldn't quite bring it in because it was so green and spongy. We went back the next day to try to cast them, but couldn't find anything but the snake's head. He'd ripped it clean off and dropped it. I tried to keep it, but it got really nasty, so I tossed it out. I guess I was just happy to have my life. That was trophy enough for me. Thank you for reading my story. John. John. Wow. I mean, that's wild. Holy smokes. I mean, yeah, those things, those pythons are no joke. Wrapped around you in the water, you're right, you had no chance, and that's what they do. They'll bring something into the water like that and just hold it down there until it's dead. Less squeezing, I guess. I don't know, but wow, that's unreal. That must have been terrifying. I can't even imagine how scary that must have been, and how fortunate you were. So, was he actually literally saving your life? That's wild. I mean, or was he just after some dinner? I mean, I'm sure they probably get those things all the time. I mean, is that like part of their diet? If it is, they need to eat more, because I hear it's really overpopulated with them. That's wild. Great story. Thank you for sending that in to us. I can't wait to see what the comments are on that. Okay, thank you guys for joining me again here. I hope you enjoy the stories, and I will see you again really soon.